You're watching Bluegrass Hunter. Get outdoors.
Alright guys, I'm down here fishing on the creek. Got my ultralight set up. Got this Ugly Stik dock runner. I just bought it at Walmart. Well, I didn't just buy it at Walmart, but I did buy it at Walmart. I got these little minnow type things off of out of a mystery tackle box. If you guys watched that video, you guys seen those. If you haven't watched that video and would like to, I'll leave a link up here if I don't forget, so that way you guys can check it out. But I want to do a little bit of fishing here with my ultralight setup. Hopefully you guys can see that in the water. There's quite a few little bass swimming around, and I know there's some bluegill in here, so we'll see if they want to bite on anything. These fish are kind of finicky, really. For some reason, they're awful shy. If you could see them, then you seen whenever I threw it into the water, they all just scattered. So, I don't know. I think they went to that other pool back in there. There's another pool of water back in there a little ways. But I've got some other baits I plan on trying. I've was just recently fishing at the bigger creek, and I found some, or I didn't find some, I just found a white grub. Somebody had casted it and lost it in some weeds. I was kayaking and came across it, which was kind of cool. Usually I'm the one losing baits, not retrieving them, but you know, that's a pro of kayaking, I guess. That's not the first bait I found like that either. I found a couple baits like that, so I think that's neat. I thought this fish was just swimming around with it in its mouth. It actually, I didn't know I hooked it, but I hooked it. There was another fish, I don't know if you guys seen that on camera or not, but there was another fish trying to get it out of his mouth. But first fish of the day, not bad. There was a bigger fish going at it. That was the one trying to get it out of his mouth. We'll see if we can't catch him. Got me another one. Still not the big one, but you know, oh, he got off. It's kind of crazy how like much those chubs fight. Like, they've got a lot of fight in them, really. I don't feel like it's quite as fun as like catching a bass, but if you ain't catching nothing, it's better than nothing. Alright, I'm going to walk on up this way. This water's nice and cool today, which it's not had the sun's shining on it for very long. Still pretty early. Alright, I'm going to stand over here and cast it over there by that tree. I know there's some pretty good sized fish in there. And I done caught one. Yeah, first cast in this pool and I caught a fish. Another little, well, he's not little, that's a pretty good sized chub right there. Look at that. Talking to us. So yeah, like I said, they're not quite as good as bass, but it's a pretty good sized fish right there. Let him go. He swam right up to my foot. What we're saying about those fish is, man, they are some of the slimiest fish in this creek. There's a nice little bass right there. I might try to cast in front of him. Oh yeah, he hit it, but he wasn't having it. As soon as I threw it, he went after it, but just try to get it over there a little bit further. Got caught on a rock or something. Got it snagged. That stinks. I can get it out just fine. I just didn't want to walk over into this pool. I'll try and do it slow and maybe I won't disturb. But I mean, I can see some good sized fish in here. Shoot, I thought I could get it out. Golly, that's pretty deep. It just got snagged in that Y branch, or that tiny branch in that Y. It wasn't even big enough really to even call it a Y branch. It was just good enough for this bait to get snagged in. See, that's one thing I like about bluegill. Look at that. I mean, he hit that super hard, and then you'd have thought that it was one of those big fish, but it wasn't. But yeah, there, oh shoot, there he is. But yeah, I know that there's some good fish in that pool if I could just cast in the right spot. So worst thing about this little tiny bait is it doesn't have a whole lot of weight to it. But yeah, that bluegill hit it like as soon as it hit the water almost. Then I cast it into the tree. I don't know if you guys seen that or not, but that's a good little trick. If you're hooked or you're snagged, take your line and kind of like just kind of whiplash it, and most of the time it'll like shock back in through the line, and it'll get your hook unstuck. Most of the time, not all the time, but a lot of the times it works. Caught another one. I think it's another chub. Yep, it's another chub. Pretty good fishing today. I like these black spots in them. I don't know what they are, but this guy just barely hooked. I mean, I don't know how he even stayed on, but there he is. I see a pretty good sized bass back in there, but I don't know why, but them bass are finicky. Like, they do not want to get caught. Nothing else really cares. Bluegill, chubs for sure don't care. They want to get caught as often as they can. I had a super tiny bass hit it. Well, he bit the lure. He wasn't big enough to eat the hook. I'm gonna walk further down. shoot. There's a couple other good little pools over here, but all it is creek chubs. Like, I've never caught anything other than creek chubs. I don't even think I've caught a bluegill in these pools down here, but you can usually catch something out of them. Right in here, that's a good crawdad hole. There's usually a few crawdads in there. I did see a bass. The bass are after it, but we might catch one. I'm gonna put a different bait on, see if that don't attract the bass. I don't think I've got anything in here that I want to throw, but we'll look real quick. That's pretty small. We'll think about that. I got this white grub, but I feel like that's too big. Let's see. This thing's pretty tiny, but I don't know if I could get a good action with this for where I'm at. But yeah, I don't think I'm going to use that. I think I'm going to try this little grub right here. This guy. So it's about the same size as the one I just took off, but it's a little bit different color. So we'll try it out. It's got a little bit different of a weight to it, it seems. So can't cast it the exact same way I just did the other one. Alright, and I don't want to get much closer because I feel like that's usually what scares them bass off, is I don't know if it's your shadow, but my shadow will be right in the water. But I don't know if it's a shadow or if it's just me walking, you know, like the vibrations of me walking or something like that. I might have to get a little bit closer. Keep snagging on them rocks. There it goes. You can also take it and like sling it back in there. I'm not too good at that method. I'm always kind of afraid I'm going to get hooked. Kind of like a rubber band. I always end up getting smacked with a rubber band if I flick it like that. So that's what I feel like will happen if I do that with the hook. I'll just get a hook in me. But you know, that's an option if you guys want to try that. Kind of use it as a slingshot. I've seen people do that. I mean, it's pretty cool, but like I said, not really for me, but it is an option. They're not even going after this bait. Let's see. I've got this little tube right here, kind of for, I don't know, pan fishing or something, trout tube, whatever they're called. I can't remember what they're called, but got this. It's got some little legs to it or something. Kind of looks like an octopus or something. All right. So there it is on the hook. Don't look half bad. Let's throw it in and see what the fish think. I think I'm going to walk on up this way a hair. Looks like a turkey feather or something. Pretty cool. Seems like it's been forever since I've seen a turkey feather just laying out in a field or something, or the creek or wherever. I've got it. I had a fish, but I don't know if it's eating it. No, they're just dragging it around. There he goes. Oh, yeah. He got off. That was a big old creek chub again. But I know I see those two bass in there. I don't know if you guys can see it on the camera. It's kind of hard to see in here because it's so shaded, but I'm going to try and cast right in front of him. Well, right beside of him. He's got it. He's on. Oh, I got it wrapped around this tree. He might have got off. Nope. Yeah. If he'll calm down for a minute. I did not think this fish was that big. Come on, buddy, calm down. Yeah, I did not think this guy was this big. Ow. He's spining me. Calm down. Alright. So there you go. He's about, I don't know, 5-6 inches long. But yeah, in the water he did not look nowhere near as big as he is. That's pretty good fish for the creek, you know. Probably the biggest one I've caught out of it this year, and it was all on this thing. Don't ask me what it is or where I got it, because I have no idea. If you guys know, leave me a comment down there and let me know. It's some kind of tube, I know, but to say a brand or anything, I have no idea. But it's just red and white. That guy must have liked it. Well, and there's a big creek chub that hit it too, so. But like I said, they're not picky. They'll eat anything, so. I feel like after that fight with that fish, all the fish kind of got out of there. There's still a few. Oops, had one on, but I think he was too small. He was just kind of jerking around on the bait a little bit. He wasn't really biting it. Oops. It wasn't a great cast, but I feel like this would look kind of good. You know what it kind of looks like in the water? I don't know if you guys can tell, but it kind of looks like a crawdad. The way you fish it, like if you just kind of like let it sink and, you know, pull it, it looks like a small crawdad. Maybe that's what it's supposed to look like. But, because I was thinking it would look real good if it was like on a drop shot rig or something like that. But as I'm fishing it like this, I mean, it looks a whole lot like a crawdad. Alright, I'm gonna walk a little further down. That might have been the last pool, like good pool for fishing, at least in this section of the creek. There's quite a few fish swimming right there that I'm chasing back down. There's some kind of fruit of sorts. Oh, if you guys watched that one, I can't remember what the video was. I was creek fishing again, but I found a tree, and I was asking in the comments what it was. Well, I looked it up, and it is a white walnut. They called it something else. It has another name. I can't, right off the top of my head, I can't remember right now, but that's what it was. And it said that they're somewhat endangered, like an endangered species of sorts, for trees. So that's kind of cool, except for it was kind of falling down. I still feel like it had enough roots to, you know, it was fine, but, you know, it says there's not a whole lot of them around anymore. So, like I said, I mean, I had never seen one. But, I mean, there's all kinds of trees I haven't seen, I feel like, you know. But, trying to walk slow, because if not, I feel like I bounce the camera around a lot, because it's so, like, rocks sliding out from under my feet and stuff, because these rocks are slick. There's a turtle. See? Little box turtle. Well, I don't want to put my hook in him. Yep, little box turtle right there. It's super yellow. I didn't really know that they sat in the water like that, but this guy's sitting in the water, taking it easy. Before I came and bothered him, I'll leave him alone, but yeah, it's super yellow. Let's see, let's get a little bit closer. Super yellow little turtle. He is just taking it easy. Must have been a good year for turtles, because I don't think I've ever seen that many turtles, or this many turtles, you know, because I've videoed the one, seen a couple more that I haven't videoed, and there's been a ton on the road that I've seen. But yeah, I think this is as far as I'm going to go as far as going this way down the creek. It's pretty well just looks like this the rest of the way. So go back and see if I can't catch another bass. I used to catch a lot of rock bass in here, but I've not caught a rock bass for at least this year. I think I caught a couple last year, but I don't think I've caught a single one, except for in that other creek. I do believe I caught one there. I can't remember now, but in this creek, which this creek empties into that creek, but yeah, so I mean, if they're there, I'm sure they're here. They just might not be where I'm fishing right in this exact spot, but I'm gonna try and I want to see how far I can cast from here into there. Well, if I could cast, I would do that. Might try and cast into that hole in that rock. I didn't see anything in it, but fish like hiding them big rocks like that. I'll just drop it down in front of it. Yeah, right there. Move it around a little bit. There's a little fish in there. He was tiny, super tiny. He did bite it, but he wasn't big enough to get the whole hook in his mouth. I see a ton of crawdad pinchers in here. I don't know what that means. Whether it means that there's a lot of crawdads or if it means that there's a lot of crawdads dying, but maybe it means there's coons down here eating them or something. I don't know. But I think I even see pieces of crawdad. Could mean coons. Big Bass must have told his buddies that this bait was fake. Pretty good sized creek chub back in there that started following it for a second. I keep casting it too far up on the bank, I think, is my problem. But I'm trying not to get it in the in those bushes and trees and stuff in the back, but gonna say this bait was a good call, because that's the first bass in this part of the creek I've caught in a while. You guys, if you watched the other video, I caught a pretty good sized bass in a different spot of the creek, but if you guys like these videos, let me know, because I've been doing quite a few creek fishing videos. If you don't like them, then I'll do something else, but I've been trying to switch it up a little bit as far as creek fishing and, you know, product reviews and stuff goes, because, you know, I like product reviews and fishing. I've got a bike too. I'm thinking about trying to do some mountain bike videos. This rock caught my eye. I thought it was another turtle, but it's got some crazy looking designs on it, really. But yeah, as far as, you know, mountain biking or whatever, I don't feel like there's a whole lot of trails around me. But if that's something you guys are interested in, I mean, I would find out. I could ride it down here. It'd just be kind of tough. But it's got some problems, I think. Something to do with, like, the gears. They like slipping. I don't know why. But maybe that could be a different video. Yeah, that's a slick rock right there. Alrighty, I'm going to stand over here and cast into this. Alright, so where I caught that pretty good sized creek chub. I don't know why this bait does not want to cast, but it absolutely does not want to cast. But it's super light too, so I mean, that's probably part of the reason. I've only got one sinker on it, so alright, I'm going to stand right here. I think I can see the fish swimming over there. Alright, there we go. Man, they keep hitting it. But I think it's just small fish. Yeah, they're tiny fish. Super small fish. Let's see. Trying to get over here where I was standing earlier. That way I could get into the pool a little bit better. And I can see the water a little bit clearer. There's another pretty good sized bass. See, that one looks about the same size as the one I just caught as far as in the water goes. So he might be a pretty good sized fish. That fish snatched it like as soon as I threw it in there. Just try and get him down in there and sink it. See what it does. Yeah, that's a pretty good cast. Not bad, not bad. Alright, yeah. Now that's a rock bass right there. Hopefully you guys can see that. Spin him around. Yep, nice little rock bass. See if it can't. Alright. Calm down, buddy. Look at him. Big red eyes. Nice stripes. Super pointy dorsal fins, I think is what they're called. Those are good looking little fish. But yeah, he hit that one pretty good. If this was a bigger pool and you could actually like fight the fish more, oops, crap. Those would be some pretty good fighting fish, really. Hopefully I don't lose this bait. Yeah, there we go. I don't know what I was casting at, but I casted way too high. Well. Trying to imitate a crawdad at least as best I can. Because they don't usually, swim a whole lot. They just do a little bit of swimming around, try to get under a rock or something, and then they might swim around some more. It's really been some pretty good fishing day. Usually I'm fishing in the evenings, but this day I figured I'd try and fish in the morning a little bit. Seems like usually I got something else to do, but not today. I thought I seen a dead fish for a second, but it was just one of them sucker fish just laying on the bottom. Oh man, I was going to cast, but then I seen a pretty good sized bass again, and then I seen that my line is kind of twisted. I figured that was the recipe for disaster right there. See what kind of fish hanging out over here on this side. There's plenty of little fish, which I feel like is a good thing. Alright, here's that technique. Yep. And it kind of whiplashes back in the line and get your hook unstuck. It's pretty slick. I think it was TA Fishing. I was watching, he's a British fisherman. Probably if you guys are fishermen, you've watched him. But if you haven't, go check him out. He's got a lot of subscribers. I mean, I don't really know exactly how many he's got, but he's got quite a few. I think I'm gonna go up here and kind of go around. I see some pretty good fish swimming around in here. If I can stay out of the weeds. So the worst thing about this is it's a pretty tight like casting spot, so I've got to kind of watch how I cast. There's some bluegill in here. There's that big fish, if you can see it. I don't know. It was over there. I think he's underneath that log. Might toss this in a little bit more and then switch it, because these fish ain't acting nowhere near as interested in it as the other ones was. So after this cast, I might. I just heard something sound like a fish kind of splash, but I don't see anything. Hard to say. That wasn't even a good cast. Alright, let's switch it. Let's see what we got. I want to throw that big white grub, kind of, but I also want to catch more fish, so I don't know. Got this guy right here. It looks like a worm. I wonder if I... Alright, I pinched his tail off. I want to throw it on. I even think this one might be scented or something. Or at least it was when I got it. I don't know if it still is. Nah, it kind of smells... I don't know. It kind of smells like licorice or something. But I'll leave a little bit of a tail hanging off so that hopefully that looks good in the water right there. I don't know. There's nothing really catching it. I think it was like a big, probably looked like this kind of tail. But I don't know. We're going to test it out. I've got some other stuff in here if this don't work. I don't really want to tear the tails off of everything I got, but come on. Alright, let's try this out. Almost looks like a salamander, maybe. Small salamander in the water. We'll see. They're not even starting to come after this, so I don't know. This one might not stay on for very long. Might get it hung up. Yep. There's some green roots right there. And I think I actually hooked into them. Yep, there it goes. Snapping the line. Alright, you'll have that. Let's see. Since I gotta tie something else on. Alright guys, well, I'm going to call that a day, I think. This might be a really long fishing video. So, I think I'm going to, like I said, I'm going to cut it off there. Caught some good fish. So, if you guys like these kind of videos, let me know. Leave me a comment. Subscribe. Go check out some of my other videos. And you know, like I said, if you like the fishing videos earlier, I said that, let me know. Because, you know, I like doing the fishing videos, but I also like doing the, you know, the gear reviews and stuff. So if that's more what you guys like, or if you guys would like to see something else, let me know. And I'll catch you on the next one.